Hi, welcome to the song breakdown for the song Breakthrough, originally recorded by Eddie James. This song is in the key of D. It's pretty fast and it's a lot of fun. So let's dig right in. We're going to start with the D major scale: D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D. So that's your D major scale, going up, going down: D, C sharp, B, A, G, F sharp, E, D. So that's your D major scale. Play around with that a little bit. Let's start from the intro. The intro of this song, I'll play it through once for you, how I play it, exactly how I do it, and then you guys can, we'll take it from there. So it starts off like this. To You Are the Undefeated One. So let's break that down. That's a lot. The biggest thing here to take away, excuse me, man. The biggest thing here to take away is the actual notes of the intro, not all of the other added fluff and stuff that's going on. So the actual notes are F sharp, E, E, F sharp, G, F sharp, E, D. Those are the four notes you're playing around on: D, E, F sharp, G. So it's like the timing is a little difficult too. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me slow it down. Excuse me. Your left hand chords are D to G, B minor, A, back to D, D, C. You are right into the verse. So if you just did what I showed you, it would sound like this. Now, obviously, how I do it is a lot different. What I'm doing is I'm using this A to kind of give me like a rocking motion. So I play a lot of these notes along with the A. Slow it down. So I'm actually, yeah, you you can actually, probably the best way to do that would actually just to be play each one of those notes along with an A on the bottom, if you want to kind of fancy it up a little bit. And then in your left hand, I kind of like the octaves. I was playing, 1 and 5 there a little bit. You can do the 1 and 5s on those chords, like your... So D and A would be your D chord on your left hand. G and D would be your G chord on your left hand. B minor and F sharp would be your B minor chord on your left hand. A and E would be your A chord on the left hand. D and A would be back to your D chord. And then I throw in a second D down to the C and G, back to the D and A. That's really how I do it. So I'll do it again, kind of how I did it from the beginning. So 1, 2, ready, and... I kind of go in between just to fill in that space. So that's kind of what I do. So ever since I told you that I do that, that's like, you can't unhear it now. But if I didn't tell you that I was doing that, you'd never even notice it was there. But it just fills in the space in between those riffs that you're playing there. So that's really the intro. So you can start working on that. That might take you a little bit. That might be easy for you. I'm not sure. And so let's dig into the verse. So after you come out, you come into D major chord. So this is how I like to play the D major chord on this song. So D octave in the left hand, and then in my right hand I have A, D, E, F sharp, and A. Now rather than just tell you what I'm playing, I like to break it down. So this would be your D major chord in the right hand, D, F sharp, A. So if you notice, I'm just adding an octave A here, which is my 5th. And then I'm adding this E here, which is my 2nd or my 9th from the D major scale, if you remember. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. E. I just think it sounds really full, really juicy, and just pretty, man. It just fills it in. So, you are the undefeated one, my light and my salvation. And then I basically keep the same chord in my right hand, except I just let off the E. So I'm playing a D over B, which is technically a B minor 7. So B in my left hand octave, A, D, F sharp, A in the right hand. When the wicked, my enemies and my foes came upon. Keep the right hand the same, the left hand moves to G. Came upon me to eat up my, and then you're going to cut on this A. So A octave in the left hand, A, C sharp, E, A in the right hand. If you notice what I'm doing here, I'm keeping all of my movements really close together so I can move fast. This song has a lot of fast moving chords, so for me it makes it easier if I keep everything together. So I'm playing an A major chord, which is A, C sharp, and E. I'm just leaving my octave up top on the A there. That's all I'm doing different, okay? And if you notice on the chord sheet, there's a little apostrophe. That means we're going to cut. So came upon me to eat up my flesh. They stumbled and fell. Now, when I get back to this D here, I normally do the intro again for, a few bars. So, when the wicked, my enemies and my foes came upon me to eat up my flesh, they stumbled and fell. So I do it 2 times, and the first time's over a D, and then I will go down over C, back to D. All right. So that's kind of how I'm doing this. So let me play the through again for you from the beginning of the verse. So, undefeated one, stumbled and fell. Omnipotent, almighty. Same chord as the previous D major chord to start the verse. Omnipotent, almighty, defender, my victory, my refuge. Same chord as the previous B minor as well. We're just repeating these chords, okay? So that's your B minor 7, my refuge, the one I run to, you are the God. Same G chord as before as well. So if you learn the G chord, it's the same thing. You are the God of the breakthrough. Same A chord as well. So this is just repeating times 2. So, but I'll show you again. So the D major chord. So they stumbled and fell. Second part of the verse coming right here. Omnipotent. So you're playing D in the left hand octave, right hand A, D, E, F sharp A, D, add 9. Omnipotent, almighty, defender, my victory. B minor 7, left hand is B octave, right hand A, D, F sharp A. The one I run to, you are the God. Same as before, G in the left hand, right hand A, D, F sharp A, which is just basically going to be a D over G. I'm playing a D over G, which is basically a G major 7 sus 2. It's just easier to think about it in terms of D over G, 1 over 4 kind of thing. You are the God. Same as before, A major, A in the left hand, A, C sharp, E, A in the right hand, A major chord with the octave on top. Breakthrough. So then I'm going to show you how you come out and go to the chorus. So I'm going to start from Omnipotent, Almighty, Defender, my victory, the second half of the verse, and then I'm going to go to the chorus. So Omnipotent, Almighty, Defender, my victory, my refuge, the one I run to, you are the God of the breakthrough. I go down to that C, that 7 flat. This is just something I add in, I fill in. It's not really something that is, I don't want to say it's not something that's necessary. I mean, you want to have something there at the end, but you don't have to do it. You can do a lot of things. You could do a 4 over 5. I just think this sounds better. So, you are the God of the breakthrough. Going to the chorus. Basically, I'm in this position already from this D major chord that I'm playing. So all I do is let off the let off the F sharp and drop my A to a G and drop my left hand to C octave. This is a fancy way of playing a D sus. I'm just taking this A and dropping it to the bottom. Because I'm already here, right? I'm already on this chord. So, a lot of times what I'm looking at is how can I make a pretty chord out of something that's close to where I'm already at. So I'm already here, so that's easy to move there. Left hand down to C, just for 2 beats. The God of the breakthrough. 1, 2, 1, 2, breakthrough. All right, so moving on to the chorus here. So breakthrough, the word breakthrough, the vocals for that are, that's going to be like a recurring theme when you're saying breakthrough throughout this song on the chorus, okay? F sharp to D. So sometimes I look for these little vocal cues, like what they're singing vocally. I don't sing, obviously, as you've learned from my videos, but I take these vocal cues and then I try to use those as like little trills or riffs in the songs to give me something else to play besides straight chords. So, you're the God of the breakthrough. Of course. So sometimes I'll go, into that first chord, or you could do it a lot of different ways. But kind of to give it a little bit of, I guess you could call it flair, or like just give it a little sauce. I'll throw that in. 2, 3, breakthrough, breakthrough. So I'm playing my D major chord on just kind of focusing and emphasizing that F sharp first. Here I did it again when I moved to the D over G. So, breakthrough, you are the God of the breakthrough. When I can't see my way through. Do you hear how it's like a repeating theme? So it's just something to keep in mind. You don't have to do it, and I definitely wouldn't do it constantly because it's going to get old. But it's something to do. So looking at the chorus chords from the beginning. So if you don't want to do one of those things, you can just come right in on the same D chord that we've been playing right there. That's going to be your best friend on this song. Breakthrough. You are the God of the breakthrough. D over G. Your right hand is staying the exact same. Your left hand is G. So breakthrough. You are the God of the breakthrough. When I can't see my way through. I'm playing a very similar chord again. Same B minor as before. I'm just kind of letting off this E because it doesn't flow. It doesn't jive with a B minor 7. So left hand. This is the chorus B minor. It's the same as the verse 1. B octave in the left hand. A, D, F sharp. A in the right hand, and then I really don't know what to do. Goes to A sus. What to do? I look to you. So it's going back and forth from the A sus to A. What to do? I look to you. So A sus. A octave in the left hand. Right hand is A, D, E, A. And then to relieve the A sus to a normal A major, you just drop that pointer finger from D to C sharp. So you can kind of practice that motion. When I can't see my way through, and I really don't know what to do, look to you. What to do? So let me slow it down. What to do? I look to you. 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 A is your accent note. What to do? I look to you. I look to you. All right. All right. So that's through the first two lines of the chorus. So let me start from the beginning of the chorus. So this is moving down to a D over F sharp, which I play like this. F sharp and D in my left hand, A, D, F sharp, A in my right hand. So you're figuring out that this hand position is gonna like last us most of the way through this song. Really, if you get comfortable with this, you can just live there. Like honestly, you could live there on this song. And you know what you're gonna realize if you haven't already is when you're playing songs that are very fast. Okay, people ask me all the time, how do I play fast songs like really fast but still make them sound good? And it really comes down to don't focus so much on trying to make fancy movements with your hands. Really focus more on your rhythm and your timing. The rhythm at which you play chords changes the way the song sounds. And the proof is in the pudding. Like, all right, so like when we're doing breakthrough, if I'm just going chorus, pretty boring, right? But if I do something a little bit different, go I did add a couple different notes there just off the D major scale, but really mostly all I changed was the rhythm at which I was playing those chords. Made it a little more choppy, let off the pedal a little bit. and that's another thing on a song that's kind of this fast is don't live on the pedal. I mean, the pedal is a safety net. I understand that. The pedal sometimes is my safety net. It saves my life, but you have to be confident enough in what you're playing and in your timing that you're okay to let off your pedal for, a period of time, and just hit it when you have to have it, but don't live on it on these fast songs, because everything is going to be so muddy if you keep that foot on that pedal. Rant over. Let's continue. So we're don't know what to do. That's where we're at. I look to you, and then I normally do an octave G to walk down to that D over F sharp, which I was showing you guys. So what to do? I look to you, breakthrough, because I'm just trying to get from A to F sharp. And this is a good moment as well to point this out. So I'm trying to go from here to here. If I look at my G major scale, so my major scale note between where I'm at and where I'm going is here. So chances are, if I'm going from A to F sharp, chances are if I walk A, it's going to sound good. Does that make sense? Think through that a little bit and realize, when you're trying to get one place to another, sometimes just look at your scale and see what separates it. So that can sometimes be a passing tone or a passing note to get where you're trying to go. So I will go. So I showed you this chord already, D over F sharp. Walls fall down when I shout through. Right hand stays the same. You're just moving your left hand from F sharp to D, F sharp and D to G and D. Strongholds break when I same B minor 7 as we've been playing throughout this song so far. You are the God, same A sus as we just played. Cut on the A, same A. You are the God. You are the God of the breakthrough. So we've learned all these chords already, okay? Now, where we go differently here is we're going to look at this right hand. Because when we get to this bridge, we have an intro, and the right hand kind of does its own little thing here. It's cool. It's not hard, but it's unique. So your right hand is, so let's start with your left hand. Sorry. So your left hand's going to be G. So G and D, B minor, so B and F sharp, A, so A and E, and then F sharp and D. So practice this for a little bit and get this down smoothly. It's going to help you a lot. And then your right hand is going to be going B, F sharp, E, C sharp. Now the only thing I do that's unique about this is I kind of roll up. But, it has to be close. Like, don't go. It has to be like. Together. Timing wise here, I want you to be thinking bum 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 bum. That's the timing you need to have in your head, okay? And that's going to help you with this so much more, because you really got to get this rhythmically going, because this bridge gets really hype really fast, and in order for you to keep up with it, you have to kind of keep that rhythm in your head. A lot of times I'm just like in my mind, I'm like, I got a little tap, just like, da 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 da, and I'm thinking this as I'm playing it, and it helps me. I don't know, it just helps me get through some of these parts that are rhythmically a little more challenging, because you really, the drums are going to be kind of rocking like this, and you don't want to be going the whole time. You can't really just do this. You have to build a little bit and start. Now don't do both hands. Don't do that. That's not what you want. You want the left hand doing this, and then the right hand to be going bum 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 bum. So you'll do that, and then they'll start singing, and you'll kind of continue doing that for a while, as long as you want, or you can come in and start chording when they get to breakthrough in my heart. Breakthrough in my heart, breakthrough in my mind, breakthrough in my spirit, breakthrough in my soul. To be honest with you, I do it different every single time. Sometimes I stay on that intro kind of riff. Heart, breakthrough in my mind, breakthrough in my spirit, breakthrough in my soul, breakthrough in my weakness, breakthrough in my struggle. You are the God. You are the God of the breakthrough in my worship. And other times I'll, after the intro to the bridge, they start singing, I'll start chording breakthrough in my heart, breakthrough in my mind, breakthrough in my spirit, breakthrough in my soul. So the chords are D over G, same thing we've been playing on the course, exactly the same. G, D in the left hand, right hand is A, D, F sharp, A. B minor 7, so left hand is B and F sharp, right hand is A, D, F sharp, A. So right hand doesn't change, and then we go to A major. So A, E in the left hand, A, C sharp, E, A in the right hand, same A chord we've been playing. And then here you're going to go to an A over F sharp instead of a D over F sharp for the bridge. You could play D over F sharp, it wouldn't be wrong. A over F sharp sounds a little better, I think, with the vocals. So instead of playing the D over F sharp like you did earlier, we're just basically going to drop this to an A in the right hand. So you're already here for your breakthrough in my spirit. You're already on this A major. So all you really have to do is drop your left hand to F sharp and D. That's it. So breakthrough in my heart, breakthrough in my mind, breakthrough in my spirit, breakthrough in my soul, breakthrough in my weakness, breakthrough in my struggle. You are the God. You are the God of the breakthrough in my worship, breakthrough in my praise, breakthrough when I lift and glorify your name, breakthrough when I dance, breakthrough when I shout. You are the God. You are the God of the... And then we do that bridge as many times as you want to do it, and then we move on out of that to the same exact chord progression, but just we change the words. Breakthrough, 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 breakthrough. You are the God. You are the God of the breakthrough. And then just do it unlimited amounts of times until you finally want to end. And it ends on, you are the God. You are the God of the breakthrough. And you're going to end on the D over G. Okay, let's go back. So let's go back on the bridge. What I want to talk to you about is kind of timing for the bridge. So as they're singing these words, I'm a terrible singer, so I'm not going to try and sing it, but I'm going to try and do the timing and kind of like talk my way through how they sing these words, because the way they sing it affects the way you need to play it and affects your timing, because you don't want to sound robotic. You don't want to be like breakthrough in my heart, breakthrough in my mind, breakthrough. There's nothing wrong with it, as especially once or twice. But after you sing this for a while, which you will repeat this a bunch, when you're singing this in church, you want to have something else you can do besides just this very straightforward like this. So what I do a lot of times, I have a few things I do. One of the main things I do, and one of the first things I go to is I go. So I'm going ba boom ba boom ba boom ba boom ba. So how I'm gonna break this down is I'm gonna refer to this as 1 and 2. Okay, the left hand is going to be 1, the right hand is going to be 2. So it goes 1. So 1 and 2 together is the first one. So 1 and 2, 1 2 1 2 1 together, 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 1 2 1 2 1 2 together, 1 2 1 2 together, 2. So sorry, that's very hard to say it out loud and do it. So let me slow it down. Together, 1 2 1 2 1 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 together. So let's slowly start to speed it up. Together, 1 2 1 2 1 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 together, 1 2. Another thing you could do would be it's very hard to break down rhythms, so bear with me if this is confusing. But bum ba bum ba bum 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 ba bum 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 ba bum 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 ba bum bum bum. So those are two different rhythms you can play. Sorry for just playing so long on repeat there, but I want you to hear those rhythms because it's very, very hard to understand the difference between tempo and rhythm in your playing. Your tempo is the speed at which you're playing. That's your beats per minute. That's like, the speed at which you're playing with the drummer. But your rhythm is how you are fitting in your chord strikes in between those those measures of the tempo. So how many times that's rhythm. And so many people have great tempo with absolutely no rhythm. So I wanted to give you guys a couple options there for rhythm that you can learn and try. See if that makes sense for you. See, if you can work with it. And when you're playing this with a drummer, if you're playing at church and you have a drummer that you're playing with, you're going to get some smiles from the drummer when you start throwing in some of those rhythms because when you start playing those, rhythmically, it really opens up a world to the drummer where the drummer can start doing a lot of things that they normally wouldn't be able to do. So I encourage you to practice that. I encourage you to work through that. This is not an easy song, but it is very repetitive chord wise. So once you get the chords down, really spend a lot of time working on your rhythm and get that rhythm right, because that's going to make a big difference. And songs like these that are guitar driven on the actual CD recording, when they're guitar driven, it's very, very difficult to mimic how they do it on the piano. So really, to me, that, it just, rather than being a challenge, it just opens up a new world for you, that you can say, well, you know what, I can kind of do what I want here, because it's open to me. I'm playing the piano, so I'm obviously taking this from a different point of view than the guitar would. So it opens up a new world for you. So I hope this helps. I hope this all makes sense, and good luck, and get to practicing.